7:20 in the morning, and I've got an 8 a.m. final today, so I figured that I may as well record some Hearthstone for a little bit, so I don't have to think about what I'm about to do. Alright, so first pick is an interesting one, because there's Lightwell, which is sort of a synergistic card with Priest, and is sometimes really hard to deal with, but it's also one of those cards that if they do have a silencer, then this card is literally nothing. And then there is Mind Control Tech. I think I'm going to go with Lightwell right off the bat. This way I can pick Inner Fires up really aggressively and stuff like that. I mean, Inner Fire on this guy's obviously absurd. Becomes a light spawn for 2 mana. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Lightwell just because it has some more upside. I mean, Mind Control Tech is one of those few cards that can actually get you back to even or winning when you're way behind. I mean, when your opponent has 4 minions, you're obviously behind, and then its floor is not that low because, I mean, you can at least get a 3/3 for 3, but I'm going to go with Lightwell here and see how it works out for me. So Youthful Brewmaster or Jungle Panther, they're pretty close. I think Trump would probably say to take the Panther just because it's a 3-drop and it's easier to pick up 2s than 3s, but I think 2s are more important than 3s, and Youthful Brewmaster at the beginning of a draft has a ton of upside because you never know what you can pick up. Right, Norshire Cleric. This is one of those cards that you pick up over most things. It's not over everything because there's a lot of really good cards in Priest, but yeah, Mind Vision is not one that really matters, and nor is Ironforge Rifleman. So easy Norshire Cleric here. Alright, this one is probably going to be Light Spawn. I don't like Razorfin Hunter that much. Just a 2/3 giving you a 1/1 is sometimes making it like a 3/4, but most of the time it just ends up being a 2/3, and then like they can spend a little bit of mana to just kill the 1/1, or just eat it with another creature. And then I guess it's sort of like a 3/4, but I don't know. Silence is not very good, so I'm going to take the Light Spawn, but I'm not such a big fan of this card. Sometimes you can just go off with it and it becomes absurd, but what ends up happening in some occasions is like if you're behind and you drop a Light Spawn and then they silence it, then it's such a huge blowout and it's really hard to come back from that kind of thing. Raging Worgen is way better than these two cards. I was just thinking about Raid Leader, and I was trying to figure out why it's not good. So basically it's a 2/2 for 3, which is terrible, but you do get extra power, and sometimes that power is haste power. So if it were to become like a 4/2 for 2 because you gave 2 of your other minions +2 attack, then it would be a really good card. Except the problem is that only works when you're ahead. When you have other creatures on the board, it's a fine play, but you can't play it on curve most of the time, because most of the time your 2-drops and 1-drops are just training off with theirs. So you can't play it on curve, and you can't play it when you're losing. So the only time you can play it is like in the late game when you're ahead, when you can play it for value. So it's not a great card. It's very good with taunters if you have a significant amount of taunt, but Raging Worgen is a lot more consistent. Stone Toe Score just doesn't have high enough impact to be on the list of consideration here. This is an interesting one. Patriarch, not really an option here, because 1/4 taunt is just, I mean, it's a little better in Priest because they can heal it up, so you can start nomming some guys and then being a bro and staying alive for a while. Earthen Ring Fireseer is pretty good. Holy Smite is also pretty good though. I mean, just the ability to do 2 damage on a card is pretty powerful. Yeah, I really don't know which one to take here. I'm just gonna go with Holy Smite, but Earthen Ring Fireseer might actually be the correct pick. So these two guys are both, I mean, this guy's one of the worst cards in the game, just not high enough impact. Without weapons, this guy kind of sucks, so Temple Enforcer is also a very good card. I'll be happy to pick that guy up. I'm going to take another Temple Enforcer. It's important to worry about how many big creatures you're going to get, but 2 by pick 8 is not that big of a concern. River Crocolisk is also an idea, but I already have 2 2-drops. I'll hopefully pick some more up throughout the rest of the draft. I'm not like I'm desperate for them. Cultmaster is insane. You just drop this guy down when you're ready to trade off all your creatures, and then you just give all of them Death Rattle, draw a card. It's one of the most powerful commons. Interesting. Molten Giant might normally be the pick because it might be more powerful, but The fact that I'm playing Priest means that the only time I'll be able to cast this guy is when I'm way, way behind, and then a lot of the times he's not even good enough to get you back in the game, because I'm just going to be healing myself back up, and that is countering exactly what Molten Giant wants to do. So I'm going to take the Blood Knight because it's also really powerful. If there was another option, if there wasn't another good option, then I would definitely take the Molten Giant, but Blood Knight's pretty good a lot of the time, and in specific matchups it can be absurd. Alright, so I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to take the Raging Worgen or the Fen Creeper. It's funny, because whenever I'm playing Warrior, the only thing I want to see is Raging Worgens. That's all I want. Like, I just want a deck of entirely Raging Worgens, Cruel Taskmasters, and Inner Fires. But now that I'm playing Priest, I can get as many as I need, apparently. Yeah, Fen Creeper seems like a lot of the time it's pretty powerful. I already have two 3-drops and no 5s. So it's definitely, that is all leaning me towards the fact that I want to take a Fen Creeper here, but I do like Raging Worgen a fair bit, and I don't really like Fen Creeper as a card. I think we're just going to go with the Worgen. It might be a mistake, but Farseer, these two 1-drops are not high enough impact, so Farseer is pretty good. Holy Fire over Ancient Watcher and Immaster. Ancient Watcher is actually a consideration. Sometimes I was just doing an arena run with my friend yesterday. He had 2 Spellbreakers, an Owl, and Ancestral Healing as the ways to activate his Ancient Watcher, and it was basically always active, and it was amazing for him. Like, it was just so big so early in the game. But Holy Fire is a really good removal spell, and it gets you back in the game in terms of life as well. So really sweet card. Imp Master is pretty good too, but I don't need as many 3s, and I would like to take an awesome removal spell. So Spellbreaker is really good. Silence kind of sucks. Spiteful Smith is okay, but it's not high enough impact when you don't have any weapons. So I'm going to take a Spellbreaker here. Neither of these 2 cards are particularly powerful, so I'm going to take Mind Control. I mean, it's one of the most powerful cards in the game, even though it has been nerfed to be 10 mana now. I'm going to take this Frostwolf Warlord. You don't really, I mean, like, if you look at my deck, it's almost all creatures. There's like 1 Holy Fire, 1 Holy Smite, so so far it looks pretty, like it would be pretty good in the deck. Mogushan Warden is like playable in Priest, but it doesn't really get me excited. Like, I'm not happy to play that card or anything. So take the Frostwolf Warlord here. Neither of these 2 cards are very good, so I'll take the second Mind Control, I guess, but that's pretty scary. So Amani Berserker or Chillwind Yeti. I already have 3 4s and only 2 2s still, so I'm leaning towards Amani Berserker, but Chillwind Yeti is so much better. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Yeti. I probably should be taking the Berserker for my curve, but well, we got a Loot Hoarder, so that's nice. Frost Elemental's a consideration, but not really worth it. Mass Dispel or Sunfury Protector? I think I'm going to have to go with the 2-drop here since I haven't really been prioritizing them. So I'm going to take Sunfury Protector. It also has upside elsewhere. Take a Holy Smite here, shore up my early game a little bit. Shattered Sun Cleric is way better than either of these 2. I mean, Stormwind Knight's okay, but Shattered Sun Cleric is just a really powerful card, even with the nerf. Northshire Cleric, again, as I was saying earlier, I want to take this card over most things, so I'll take Northshire Cleric over 2 mediocre cards. This is interesting, so let's count how many things are good with Inner Fire. So we've got this Lightwell. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's okay with Northshire Cleric, and it's okay after I play these Temple Enforcers, but I think Power Word Shield's going to be a lot more powerful for us. Another Mind Control, but fortunately we picked up a Dark Iron Dwarf here, so that's definitely going to be a nice card for this kind of deck. Stampeding Kodo or Inushi Soul Priest at Auchinai Soul. I can't pronounce this card. I mean, I've read it 1,000 times and I can't pronounce it. So, this basically turns my hero ability into an awesome ability. I mean, just like twice as good as Jaina's, and I don't have any other healing other than this Earthen Ring Farseer, which is also pretty good. So it's not like, oh, I have Holy Fire, which wouldn't be good. So that is kind of a non-bow, but with everything else, it's pretty sweet. Then again, Kodo is just consistently good. I've never actually played with this card, but I did pass all the Circle of Healings that I saw, which is a little bit awkward because you can just play this guy on 4 Circle of Healing for 4 mass damage, which is nice. Kodo is really consistently good, and I don't have enough 5s, So definitely really leaning towards Kodo, but I think I just want to play this card, so I'm going to take it. But Kodo's probably the correct pick there. I don't really think I ended up picking up enough good battle cries for, I mean, I have a couple. Actually, I do have a few. Alright, I'll take Ancient Brewmaster over Frost Elemental here. Like, since I have extra 4s, and it helps out. This is a tough pick. Normally, Injured Blademaster is absurd in Priest, but I do have a bunch of 3s. I also have a couple of 6s already, so Sunwalker might not be necessary. But then again, Sunwalker is one of those really, really good cards that can help you get back into a game. And Injured Blademaster is just like a powerful card. I don't have any Circle of Healing, so yeah, I'm going to go with Sunwalker here. I needed 5 drops. Harvest Golem's really good, but I needed 5 drops, so I'm going to go with this Tiger, and then my last pick will be an Injured Blademaster over these 2 mediocre cards. So that's nice that I did end up getting one of these, even though I had to pass one recently just for the sake of Sunwalkering. But anyway, that is going to be the deck, and that brings me to 7:30, which means that I have to get going. So thank you guys for watching this draft, but actually I don't know why I'm signing off, because I'm just gonna start right. Okay, bye. Hey guys, IzDaisho back here with the Hearthstone Arena run. I was thinking about it a little bit, and this deck could be a lot better. It doesn't have any Shadow Word Pains or Shadow Word Deaths or Holy Novas. I do have 2 Holy Smites as some removal and a couple of Mind Controls at the top, but definitely lacking removal where that's usually one of the Priest's biggest strengths. I don't have any great combos. Sometimes strengths can go like Divine Spirit on Light Spawn or Inner Fire on a 1/7 or something like that. Don't really have any of that kind of stuff. I have some good cards in the deck, but for the most part it's just not a very powerful deck and doesn't have absurdly strong cards. But at the same time, it seems pretty consistent. It has a pretty good curve, and it's got a lot of somewhat powerful cards. So I'm probably going to keep this, and I do like to keep that. Then again, I'm playing as Paladin, so I'm going to keep the Blood Knight too. I'm trying to decide, maybe I should throw Power Word Shield. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this Power Word Shield. I might not need it right away. Oh, I'll keep it. I mean, keeping Power Word Shield is not bad because it does cycle itself and it gives you a small benefit for only 1 mana, so can't really be hating on that card. So Mind Control is not an ideal draw at this point because we don't even know if we're going to live until turn 10. But, you know, we'll see what he does here. He's going to coin out a 2-drop, looks like. Fairy Dragon, sure. So I'm going to go ahead and play out a Sun Fury Protector here. Could be a little bit risky. If he has an Argent Protector for his Fairy Dragon, then I lose a lot of value. But you can't really play around him having that on turn 2. So it looks like he might have a Repentance. Yeah, that's what it is. Or Redemption, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty good for him. Just to go back, gets his guy back, basically. But, I mean, we're still trading 2 for 2. Just one of the cards was only 1 mana. Like, if he had just played a 2-drop 3/1 instead, then that was basically the exact same play. So, it wasn't like that was such a super powerful play. So, yeah, he's got to trade here. There could be an argument for me playing Blood Knight last turn, just because I could then play Raging Worgen with a Power Word Shield, which is a lot more powerful. But either way, I have a pretty nice turn set up here. I can Power Word Shield my Injured Blademaster to give it immediate health. And the reason why it's a pretty good play to Power Word Shield Injured Blademaster is because even if he's got a Silencer, it'll still end up being a 4/5. What you got? Hammer of Wrath doesn't hit it. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was about to say. Even though he gets silenced, he's still a 4/5 because he can naturally get 7 health. So I don't know why he attacked there. That was really just a terrible play. I can just heal right up and attack. And I think I am going to play the Blood Knight. Just because I have no other play this turn. I could have also just traded and played a Tiger, but that doesn't seem nearly as good as this play. So he's got a Hammer Wrath here, so I guess that's why he did it, just so he could kill my guy. But I'm going to be able to keep up the pressure with a Temple Enforcer here. I was thinking about perhaps playing the Sunwalker, but that doesn't seem nearly as good as adding 2 more power to the board, and then making this guy a lot harder to deal with as well. Then again, Sunwalker into Temple Enforcer is pretty good, because then you can give yourself a 4/8 Divine Shield taunt, and that's going to be a tough thing to deal with. So he's going to start off with... oh man. Sure. Alright, Youthful Brewmaster. That's a really good one to have in hand when I have a Blood Knight out. So I think what I'm just going to do here is I'm going to kill both of his guys, play out this Tiger, and then heal up my Temple Enforcer. Additionally, I could have returned it back to hand, but healing it back up to 4 is pretty fine, I think, in this spot. So I'm building up to 7 mana crystals. Once I get to 10, I can start mind controlling things. I still have really powerful cards in hand. Alright, he's got a Reckless Rocketeer here, but he's only going to be able to take out one of my 3 threats. So he's still really far behind. So I can either play 2 guys or just a Sunwalker and a heal. It's pretty irrelevant either way. I think I'm just going to play out 2 guys though. Just because, well actually, I'm just going to play out this thing and heal. Because he could have Equality Consecration. He's got 7 cards in hand, so if he's been holding the Consecration all game, then an Equality would give him some benefit, and the fact that I still have this Divine Shield is pretty relevant. Okay. That's a pretty good one for him. I could just go for the face here. I have 9/12 power. Alternatively, I could like attack with those 2 and then Panda back my Sunwalker to get his Divine Shield back. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to kill this first, and then I'm just going to go for the face with these 2 guys, and then drop 2 more creatures. Let's see, 5, 8, oh, alright. Yeah, let's play this, and then just heal up this. Alright, so I mean, like, it's a little... I'm really just playing around things at this point, but even so, I mean, I still have Mind Control in hand. He does have a lot more cards in hand than me, so if he does pull off an Equality Consecration, well, that's not going to do it here, unless he's got a... No, he can't have a Defender of Argus, so... Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the game. I mean, last turn was a little bit awkward, but basically I'm just so far ahead that I'm starting to just like try and play around any sort of spell that my opponent can have. But I mean, that was just the stomping. I didn't really need to use any class-specific cards. I kind of just beat him down with my my like superior curve and stuff. I mean, like, look at this. My 2/3/4 is amazing. I have a couple of 5s and 6s as well. But yeah, I mean, I guess the class-specific card that I played that game was a Temple Enforcer, but I mean, who cares? It's just a Temple Enforcer. It's basically just a 6 mana 6/6 with small upside. Well, I mean, it's more like a 6 mana 6/9, I guess. So that's definitely better than a 6 mana 6/6. Anyway, next game. All right. 4-drops are not really great to keep on the, or just in general in your opening hand. If you're playing the arena. In Constructed, it could be a little bit different depending on what kind of deck you're running. But yeah, hopefully we'll pick up a 2-drop next turn, because I really don't want to get off to this super slow start. If he coins out a 2-drop, then that's not so bad for me, unless it's Fairy Dragon, because I can Holy Smite it. Oh, there's an Elven Archer, I guess. It's probably not a terrible play to just Holy Smite the Elven Archer here, because I'm definitely going to want to play the Injured Blade Master next turn, and he could help in a trade if his guy has 2 power, so I'm going to go for it. It could be end up being a pretty big waste, but I mean, in the end of the day, I'm basically exactly 1-for-1ing, because he got 1 damage through, but that's not a big deal for me. Oh, sweet. So he just has a totem here, so I guess I didn't really need to go for the Holy Smite there, but that's okay. Oh, wow. Sure thing, bud. I am never going to complain when somebody's A, playing that card, and B, using it on a 1/1 totem to make it a 1/3. That's like a really, really bad power word shield, because... or Power Word Shield? Power Word Shield, yeah, because Power Word Shield isn't even like... the +2 health is not the reason why you play it. It's just because you get to cycle your card and you get a small benefit. So, I don't know, that seems odd. It's got a Lightning Bolt for that. That's fine with me. Not ideal, but I can then play Big Panda this turn, and 5/4 on the board this early is pretty good. Then again, he does have some board presence with his 2 totems. Especially one of them has a power, so, like... I do need to start getting back in this game and start controlling the board again. Fortunately for me, I have a Holy Fire in hand as well as a Tiger, so I can start getting some big power on the board without him really being able to do much about it. So he's just going to play an Unbound Elemental here. That seems a little strange. And he's going to attack into my guy, and I didn't think so. So instead of playing the Tiger this turn, I think I'm just going to play 2 Northshire Clerics and draw a card. And draw 2 cards, rather. That's such a sweet play for me, because now I get to draw 2 cards, 1 off each of the Northshire Clerics. And I got a Lightwell. Not really too relevant here, but it should help out a little bit. And I can turn my Panda into an amazing creature. I can make it a 5/7, and that's really, really tough to beat. This, I mean, it is turn 5, but even so, like it even outclasses Fire Elemental, which almost nothing ever does. Alright, he's gonna go with a Gurbashi Berserker here. It's a little bit scary. I could attack it with my Panda and then Holy Fire it. Sure. Yeah, that seemed like a misplay on his part. So he'll give me a couple of more cards which I can use to try and deal with this. Alright, so I don't really have an amazing way of dealing with this Berserker. I guess, how many cards do I have in hand? I have a lot in hand. Alright, so what I can do is play this Cult Master. Let's see. Lightwell, maybe? No, it's at the start of your turn. Maybe that was a mistake. Alright, well, alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna keep this guy. Shoot. Alright, I didn't do this right. Yeah, alright, we're just gonna lose both of these. Maybe a mistake. But yeah, we're gonna draw way too many cards here. I don't think that I'm still gonna lose this game, but yeah, I have full hand for next turn, unfortunately. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm not gonna get to draw a card next turn. So that was a mistake. I probably shouldn't have gone with the Cult Master route. I could have just played stuff out, traded my board, and that would have been smarter, I think. Now I'm gonna like give him a board advantage. I have a lot of cards in hand, but that's not too relevant when my board is this full. So if he's smart, then he's gonna attack into here just so that I can just waste another card from my library. But I do have a ton of shit in hand, so this could be okay. He didn't even attack with the 1/3. That's weird. Alright, so I want to play multiple things out this turn so I can start drawing cards again. So it looks like maybe Raging Worgen and Dark Iron Dwarf here. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe I want to try a Lightwell. Well, I have a lot of expensive things in hand. So anyway, alright. And we're gonna Dark Iron Dwarf here. Gonna go ahead and kill this guy as well as make the trade here. I don't really need my Cult Master around because I have basically as many cards as I'll need for the rest of the game to win this one. I just need to play all of them. I don't really care if he can make trades here. Well, it's a little annoying. Oh, he's just going for my face? That doesn't seem like the right play. Because I'm still at 12, so I'm not dead or anything. And I can clear his board next turn, so... yeah, that seems like an error. Oh, unless he's got a Lightning Bolt for my Raging Worgen here. Frost Shock. He definitely should have done that to the Raging Worgen. Because the Raging Worgen is going to be able to kill 2 things next turn. Mind Control. Alright, so we're going to do that. One of those. And that. Definitely want to play a light well to start gaining some life. And I could just Holy Fire. No, I'm just going to play a Temple Enforcer here. So, yeah, it'll be, like, unless he just kills me straight out this turn with, like, a Lava Burst. Yeah, that is not something that I care about. I'll just Holy Fire that. Yeah, alright, looks like I'll be able to get back into this game. Fortunately. Because for a while there, it was looking pretty scary. Alright, so we're going to go with a Holy Fire here, followed by a heal. And then we'll just use this guy to kill both of his totems, just so he can't have another Bloodlust or anything. And we'll go with one of those. Alright, so I could have played Power Word Shield, but I mean, I guess I can start drawing cards again. This was a really weird game. That Bloodlust could have been, I mean, like, he should have traded his totems for my guys, at least. Okay. Like, that's not going to do anything. And I think I just have lethal for next turn. No, not quite. What you got, bro? I'm not even close to dead, so I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, sure, Fire Elemental. Alright, he's going to heal itself. Alright, that's a little annoying. So yeah, I guess I can just Mind Control his Fire Elemental here. And do one of those. One of those. I don't think I could have killed him. Oh, actually I could have. I could have attacked with Dark Iron Dwarf and then panded it back and played it again. So that was just a mistake, but I don't really think that there are any cards that make me lose this game. So yeah, definitely screwed up there. Forgot that I had Dark Iron Dwarf on the battlefield. Or I could have... No, I couldn't have done that, but... Yeah, it was just a mistake. But whatever. We still got the win out of it. It was a pretty confusing game because I had like 10 cards in game the entire time. I think I messed up that one turn I played the Cult Master. It gave me the cards I needed to win, but I think I could have done that regardless. And I probably should have saved the Panda and thrown the 2 Northshire Clerics at the Gurbashi Berserker. It was a little weird because I didn't have a really good way of dealing with it, even though I had like 7 cards in hand. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.